Welcome everyone. Welcome. Today I'm talking to you about, well, what do you see here? I'm going to share with you all, and we're even going to add a buddy right here. But we're not going to add you until later because there's some stuff going on. So, in this culture, right, the Christian culture generally, I do see that there is a lot of racism and xenophobia, but the Christian culture is very vast, right? It spans the entire world. What I've noticed is in the United States, there's a culture of hypocrisy because people still tend to choose their races, even if they're someone's religion. So if you are a Christian, someone's a Christian, but they're a different race in the United States, there's a lot of segregation. I even experienced that. You're like, where? Of all places, a school as a teacher. All the Christians wanted to exclude me, treat me wrong. And I'm like, hey, I'm a Christian too, right? Like, I know you're a Lutheran and I study with the Jesuits, but that doesn't give you a right to mistreat me. So the Christians, and from my perspective, anthropologically in the United States, have a culture of what's that called? Exclusion. They don't include others, and you would think that Christianity would welcome its doors. Now, that's not all Christians. I do have to give shout outs to certain people, certain locations that I've met, that have defied the odds only through not being raised in the United States. The United States does tend to corrode culture in that when you take something pure, you have the mainstream culture that then glamorizes it, and then you add everything else on top of it. So when it comes to literature, parables, the Holy Word, the Holy Bible, I would say that in the United States, it's who are your pastors really? Like you got a large array of diverse people, but really depends on your region. There lacks a lot of respect for other cultures in that Christians are very, you need to be my religion or not. What? I'm not like that, but in the Midwest it is. There's the very, if you're not Christian, you're not right type of vibe in the Midwest. Now we're going to go over here because I started as a Christian, and I experienced a lot of racism, xenophobia. So I thought, well, God's putting me through a test right now. This test of what the people who are leading the show, right, the dominant culture in the world right now, but not necessarily because of any merit or attributes or because of any skills or talents. It's all been because of brute. So that has a lot of horrible karmic ties to it. So I then decided to venture into this actually. Now it's in Spanish. I spent a lot of time mulling over it, but this was more of a cultural decision, being of Arab descent. And this is in Spanish. This is a rare edition of the Quran. Now, these two do not meet eye to eye. These two don't like each other. Generally speaking, these two do not like each other. Now, over here, I can see, we have a lot of, well, it's the most growing religion in the world, fastest right now, and Latinos are just running towards Islam at all-time highs because this religion right here, it's not necessarily ran by the Latinos anymore. It's actually ran by the whites, but this hasn't been ran by the whites yet because Arabs aren't white, Maghreb. So we have the Quran here, and then we have the Bhagavad Gita over here, and these are the kindest souls that I've ever met, the most inclusive. So take a quick look at the books.